everybody, how are we doing? Sam here, United People's TV. It is Monday, the 4th of July. My phone's pinging off because I didn't turn it on silent. Chaotic, almost similar to what Manchester United are going through at the moment. Honestly, Friday, we're here with the Tyrell Malacia news, and we're all getting excited, we're all planning forward. And then we're here on Monday and we're like, really? For fuck's sake. It's very, very typical Manchester United, but I'm going to speak about it all today. I mean, Mondays are always a bit of a busy show because you've got to catch up on what's happened on Saturday and Sunday, and I'll bring that all to you. Today, we're going to be speaking about Cristiano Ronaldo. That's the main, it's not the main, I think that's the thing that really annoys me about this Cristiano Ronaldo thing. It's not the most important or biggest story around Man United at the moment, but it now is, because you can't ignore it. We should be talking about Lisandro Martinez, the fact that Manchester United want that to be done by Friday. Big transfer news. We should be speaking about Frenkie de Jong and the fact that Barcelona are trying to force him to reduce his salary, or they're going to sell him. It's really, really weird what's going on with that de Jong situation. I'll run through all of that. Then we'll speak about, who else? De Jong, Tyrell Malacia. There's loads to be speaking about. Chris, you can see, there's going to be a lot of frustrated fans in the comments here, and yeah, trust me, you have every right to be frustrated, because yeah, it was literally 72 hours ago. I had a big smile on my face. We're having Friday night cans, talking about our first here we go of the summer. I put the video out on Saturday morning, something I felt really confident about Manchester United and our move for Lisandro Martinez ahead of Arsenal. And then on Sunday, it's a little bit of a separate video, but I was like, okay, let's say we get these deals over the line, what would our starting 11 look like under Ten Hag? Where would the problems still be? And then all of a sudden on Saturday night, it caught everybody by surprise. Apparently it caught Manchester United massively by surprise. I've got his picture on the wall. We will be speaking about Ronaldo all week long now. It is a goddamn unnecessary distraction ahead of the pre-season starting. Well, not starting on Friday, but Manchester United heading to pre-season on Friday. I'm going to get into the story. I'm going to run through all the latest on Ronaldo, and I'm going to answer as plenty of your questions, as many questions as I possibly can throughout the entire stream. So make sure you drop a like on the video. Make sure you fire your comments in. But the big news this morning, of course, is the fact that we've had confirmation that Ronaldo will not be joining in pre-season today due to family reasons, and this has been accepted by Manchester United. Now, it could absolutely be family reasons, and we can't assume that that's wrong. But you can't help but look at that with a cynical eye and say, because of what's gone on. It's just, the timing of this whole thing absolutely stinks. Absolutely reeks, in my opinion. I'm not just talking about Ronaldo not turning up to training. It's just but that's going to be extra fuel to the fire, which didn't really need any extra fuel because of what happened at the weekend. I'm there trying to enjoy a wedding on Saturday night thinking, yeah, it's all right, United aren't going to do much this weekend. Then out of nowhere, Cristiano Ronaldo tells Manchester United he wants to leave if the right bid comes in. One quick thing I want to say here about Ronaldo not turning up at training today. If that was, I don't know, if that was Paul Pogba last season, everybody would have kicked off. If it was anybody else doing it, everybody would have kicked off. And I think that same logic has to be applied to Cristiano Ronaldo. No player is bigger than the club, and you have to approach it the exact same. So it doesn't look good. It really doesn't look good. And it may well be family reasons. And I hope that it's nothing major, all right? But United are just stuck between it is the last thing we needed. Re-signing Cristiano Ronaldo was never, ever part of a long-term plan. It was an opportunistic chance to bring back the greatest goal scorer of all time, which Manchester United took. But whether Ronaldo leaves this summer, or whether Ronaldo leaves next summer, which I presumed was going to happen, him leaving the club was always going to happen. But for it to be unfolding in the way it's unfolding now, and as I said, it's the timing that I do not like, right? Now, quite a few of you in the comments will come in and say, Sam, look, what Ronaldo did was he waited to see if Manchester United were going to sign any players, and then he's come out now because United aren't signing any players. But then we hear so much about, oh, it's the Champions League. Oh, the only reason it's the Champions League that he wants. We were out of the Champions League at the start of the summer. We were out of the Champions League before the end of the season. If that really was the biggest priority for him. This has put United between a rock and a hard place. And I'll tell you what, Ronaldo does not have many options if he does want to leave. And I will run through that this morning. So as I said, look, this was a story that broke on the weekend. David Ornstein, Fabrizio Romano, everybody confirming it. Ronaldo tells Manchester United he wants to leave if the right bid comes in. What I want to ask you now, and what I'm going to do this afternoon, is I think it's now important that we think about what could happen if Ronaldo leaves. My gut instinct is still telling me that it won't happen, simply because I don't think Ronaldo's got much of a choice. But if he does leave, who can we sign? And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take a look at 5 potential replacements for Cristiano Ronaldo. Josh, you're saying that's my issue too. He's come out since knowing we wouldn't be in the Champions League, saying he wants to stay. I'm pissed. I think a lot of United fans are pissed. James, yeah, Ronaldo deserves it. Say to start the goddamn summer if it's about Champions League, right? And it can't be about winning the. If it was about winning titles, you're not going Chelsea. PSG aren't signing it. You're not going back to Juve. You're not really signing for anybody in Serie A because you don't know who's going to win. And Bayern Munich apparently don't want him. So it can't be about titles. So if it's about, it's just, I don't like it whatsoever. I really don't. Sorry, the tweet from Fabrizio Romano. What's he saying over there? I'll bring you that. Society, what you're saying, Maguire gets a week off, no one cares, but because it's Ronaldo, it's the end of the world, it stinks. Speaking up for a transfer is his only loud comment. Is Maguire off for the week? I thought Maguire was coming back today. I mean, if he is, I haven't seen the news. Lou, you're rejoining as a member, let me know. I know you're watching, everybody. I'll see you there. It's not good. It really isn't good for Manchester United. This is the absolute last thing that we needed because Erik ten Hag's got a long to-do list at Manchester United, right? Without the idea that he might be leaving and we're going to replace him. Because who the fuck do you replace him with? As I said, that's why I'm going to do that video. But look, running through an article from The Athletic this morning, let me run through a bit more detail here on the Ronaldo story. As I said, I'll repeat this like I said at the start of the video. I don't want to be speaking about Ronaldo and all the focus going on, are we going to replace a 37, 38-year-old striker? What could we do? It's nowhere near the biggest priority at our club this summer. But because it's Ronaldo, it's the biggest story in the world. You can't ignore it. It's going to dominate the headlines, dominate the pre-season plans. No journalist will be going to Ten Hag and say, how have your pre-season plans going? How is training working out? How are the players adapting? No, all of them say, what's going on with Ronaldo? Ronaldo this, Ronaldo that. It's just going to be another fucking sideshow that we did not need. Erik ten Hag did not need. It was always going to be tough for him at the start. This is just an unnecessary circus. Hi Sam, who do you think Erik ten Hag will get to replace Ronaldo? Lou, I'm going to do that video later on this afternoon. That's going to be my lunchtime video today. But let me run through this article here from The Athletic, which has some more information on what's going on here. Manchester United discussed selling Ronaldo in January, and now he wants out. There's a super chat flying in there. Let me read that first, actually. Jibak, he's saying, maybe we'll learn our lesson from this and not go teary-eyed about a player who once felt like a slave at United. He's a pro footballer, end of. Yeah. And look, Steve, Ronaldo, it is all about him. Ronaldo is an individualistic person, but it's what's made him the greatest goal scorer of all time. And as I said, Ronaldo did not come back to Manchester United as part of any sort of long-term plan. It was like, just get him, just get Ronaldo. Let's not think about any tactical problems that Solskjaer might have, just get Ronaldo back in. And as I said in my video I did yesterday, this is the second pre-season that's been sort of turned on its head because of Cristiano Ronaldo under two different managers at Manchester United. Solskjaer, he had no plans to use Ronaldo. None whatsoever. And then we signed Ronaldo, and we know full well that we struggled to fit him in the team and to work as a team around him. And Solskjaer did struggle. Score goals, but he struggled with him. Erik ten Hag, has now been planning his whole team around Ronaldo being there. And now Ronaldo might not be there. And if he is there, you've caused a rift in the dressing room straight away, before Erik ten Hag's had the opportunity to meet everybody at once. Because now everybody looks at Ronaldo and goes, well, I know you don't want to be here. So am I going to listen to you in the same way that I listened to you last season? It's... fuck's sake. It is the last thing that we needed, seriously. I had such a big smile on my face on Friday. I was like, Tyrell Malacia is coming in, first deal. I'm excited about that. The sort of signing I can look at with a long-term vision and say, okay, I can see where this is going to go. And then this, a few days later, it's crazy. I'm not sure that's going to make anybody feel any better, Miha. We got Martial. We got Martial. Sorted everything else. No problems. Let me run through this article here. There's a couple of snippets and a bit of information. Only Ronaldo, start the article there. Only Ronaldo knows if he'll report back for pre-season on Monday. Well, no, we all know he's not going to. It emerged on Saturday night that Ronaldo had asked to leave, and as I said there, look, it's a development that caught United off guard. United did not expect that. A no-show at Carrington would feel like a significant step, and I kind of agree. Anybody remember, I think it was 2015, when Angel Di Maria didn't turn up for pre-season. Obviously, he moved to PSG. I remember how much of a... you think, yeah, you absolute dick. What a proper dick. I remember that. I'm not saying this is the exact same similar situation, but... here we go again. Not that sort of here we go. Paddy, let me know where you're watching from, buddy. Nice to see you there joining the family. You get overexcited all this... Maybe I do. But it's because I like to think that our club is heading in the right direction. And as I said, Ronaldo, when he was brought back into the club, was not a long-term plan. Ronaldo was a short-term stopgap fix. Maybe the greatest short-term stopgap fix you could ever get. But a player who came with his own problems, came with his own tactical issues that he would force onto a team. And look, I know that he's questioning the ambition of Manchester United in the same. And as I said, this is such a full circle moment for Manchester United. It really, really is. Because when Rooney questioned the ambition of the club back in 2010, he did that the year after Manchester United sold Cristiano Ronaldo. And we replaced him with Antonio Valencia. Was it Gabby Overton and Owen who came in that summer? He questioned the club's ambition when we sold Ronaldo. And now, 12 years later, Ronaldo's come back to Manchester United and is questioning the ambition of the club. It's horrible poetry. But that's exactly what it is. And Ronaldo does, and that's what I mean. All of you will agree there. Ronaldo has every right to question the ambition of the football club. It's true. This De Jong deal should have been wrapped up a long time ago. We've managed to get ourselves involved in one of the... It's such a messy situation around De Jong, which I will run through the updates with you. Jesus, I lost my chain of thought there. But a lot of that's Barcelona's side. Genuinely, it's Barcelona. They look like dicks. They really do look like dicks. But down to Ronaldo here and a little bit more information on this. And scroll down. I found this part particularly interesting, okay? So on more than one occasion, Rangnick proposed to John Murtough and Richard Arnold that Ronaldo be sold and replaced during the January transfer window. There were said to be several emails and messages on the topic. Rangnick felt that as Ronaldo's time at United was uncertain beyond the end of the season, it made sense to act sooner rather than later to reconfigure the side's attack. Additionally, Rangnick believed Ronaldo did not represent United's long-term success and that recruiting a player more suited to his high-pressing style might produce immediate dividends for the second half of the campaign. Murtough and Arnold resisted. Now we know full well that Rangnick was right. Absolutely right to question whether Ronaldo was part of any sort of long-term plan, because he's not part of any long-term plan. He never was. He never was in the first place. But it was Ronaldo. So you forgave a couple of the niggles at the back of your mind that you're thinking about Ronaldo, because it's Ronaldo. But Rangnick here, and so many people laugh at me. So many people will probably pull up the videos of how excited I was about Ralph Rangnick, considering how abysmal the football was. But he really, really thought about things in the same way that I want Manchester United to think about things. Man United is so good at looking down, at having tunnel vision about the next 3 months, the next 6 months, the next 12 months. That's what Manchester United have done. And that lack of long-term planning forces situations such as this, allows situations like this with Ronaldo to create themselves. Now, I don't think we were ever going to sell Ronaldo in January, but the idea of it made perfect sense. I'm not surprised that United kicked back on it, but the thing about Ronaldo, again, I think all of us would agree, right, okay, at this point in time, okay, let's replace Ronaldo. If we're playing Football Manager, we sort this quite easily. Maybe not easily. Easily is the wrong word to describe that. But if we're playing Football Manager, we sell Ronaldo this summer. Don't know how much you get for him. I've no idea. We bring in a replacement. We move on. Right? But it's not. That is not the case. If we go through here, this sort of sums it up as well. Let me go back and find this little part of it. Blah, blah, blah. I want to know your opinion on this bit first, actually. Some close to United are doubtful as to whether Ronaldo already has a move lined up. Others with intimate knowledge of how the transfer market works, and in particular, how Jorge Mendes operates, they find it difficult to believe that Ronaldo's agent would act in this way without knowing that a club is seriously interested. He wouldn't want to embarrass himself, said one source close to United. Now, what do you think about that? Because, yeah, Jorge Mendes is an OG of the game. He knows what to do, he knows what to say, and he knows how to control transfers. That's why he's one of the best. That's why he's Ronaldo's agent. Do you think Ronaldo has somebody lined up? Because this is where I think he gets very interesting, right? Look at the options. Cristiano Ronaldo's options in front of us. Take the red tinted specs off, we look at what's available and where realistically he could go. Chelsea. It's an option. Jorge Mendes met Todd Bowley, Chelsea's new owner, was it 2 weeks ago, last week? Some people thought that was a bit of a flex from him to try and sort of force United's hands with transfers. Maybe, maybe not. Somebody down there in the comments mentioning Sporting Lisbon. Oh, come on, man. Really? He okay, yeah, he wants to win everything, so he's going to go Sporting Lisbon. He will go Sporting Lisbon at some point in his career, but not yet. Not yet. Maybe a couple of years. Bayern Munich, I thought, was a genuine possibility, but going according to this, maybe not. Realistically, it's hard to see any takers. Chelsea are probably the only option inside the Premier League, which I agree with. PSG said they don't want any flashy bling bling anymore. Bayern Munich is a non-starter. I thought Bayern Munich was the main option for him. It is understood that Bundesliga champions briefly discussed Ronaldo and realised almost in the same breath that the transfer didn't make any sense. I don't think Ronaldo has got any options. I really do not. He's not going to go back to Real Madrid because I don't think they'll sign him. I also don't think he'd stain his own legacy at Real Madrid. He's done everything he needs to do at Real Madrid. He doesn't need to go back now and risk putting a little black mark on it. So he doesn't need to do that. And I don't think he'd go Barcelona, for example, because I don't think he'd want to equally as much stain that Real Madrid legacy. So I think La Liga's kind of off the cards. Serie A, financially, they can't afford anybody this summer. Interesting point down there in this article here. Look, the biggest signing that any Serie A club has made this summer has been a €12 million signing. That's Sassuolo. Serie A clubs are broke after COVID. So it's the Premier League, it's Manchester United, it's Chelsea. And if you're talking about legacies, Answer this for me in the comments, right? What effect on your memories and your what effect do you think Ronaldo joining Chelsea would have on his legacy with United fans? I think that's a very good question to ask. You let me know what you think about that in the comments. I would honestly, I'm going to end it in 2 minutes. I'm going to ask this question. I'm going to move on because this really is a massive week for United in terms of our actual fucking plans. Not just this curveball that's came out of nowhere and is now going to dominate conversation. Sarah eyes broke. Stephen, you're saying, look, I'd be disappointed. Thomas, you're saying, look, I'd never forgive him. Right, okay. MLS, and you talk about. No, but we're talking about the only reason Ronaldo wants to leave United because he's questioning our ambition because he wants to win the Champions League and compete for titles. And then people are mentioning the MLS, Sporting Lisbon. It's like, no, he's doing that because he feels hungry enough to compete at the very, very top. He won't be going back to his former club or somewhere like the MLS, not this season anyway. If his heart is elsewhere, let him go. Scrap his legacy down there. Anyone who talks about Ronaldo leaving should be banned. I mean, let's not be crazy. You don't leave United to go to Chelsea and instead expect to be a club legend. There you go. And you're saying, look, it tarnishes his Chelsea, tarnishes his legacy if he goes to Chelsea. I don't like it. I really, really, really do not like it because it's not what we need in any way, shape or form. But this story will dominate the headlines this week. Until Erik ten Hag meets Ronaldo, let's find out if that changes anything. I don't think that should change anything because I don't know what to think. I like to think this is just Ronaldo flexing to try and force United to act in the market, and that there is a response, and that this is all buried. He comes out and then he explains that, but he probably won't. And it's just an unnecessary distraction. Really is an unnecessary distraction to what is such a significant summer for Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. We all wanted Erik to get off to the best possible start. And as I said on Friday, we were here with Tyrone Malacia, having a great time, thinking first signing over the line, let's focus on Martinez now and get this ball rolling. And instead, fireworks have gone on inside the house. And no one knows what to do. I will bring you all the Ronaldo updates as and when they happen, but I had to start by speaking about Ronaldo this morning. It's the elephant in the room. You can't not speak about it because it changes everything. Without Ronaldo in that team, geez, who do we have? And don't say Martial, people. Seriously. I'm moving on to Martinez now. Then I'm speaking about De Jong, and I'm speaking about Malacia. Lots of transfer stories. We're 20 minutes in, we haven't spoken about transfers. I apologise if anybody wanted me to speak about them earlier. But really, you had to speak about Ronaldo. But drop a like on the video and let's get into the stories about Martinez, right? Some big developments coming out in what I think should be the week where we find out whether we sign Martinez or not. So yesterday you got David Ornstein saying that Arsenal are going to meet Ajax for Lisandro Martinez talks amid interest from Manchester United. And then you got stories breaking this morning from Mike Verwijge from The Telegraph out in Holland saying Manchester United want to sign Martinez before Friday. Ajax would rather not let the Argentinian defender go, but the club now seems willing to cooperate a transfer for the right price. And we go over here, and that's exactly what European Lads reporting as well. Manchester United want to complete the signing of Lisandro Martinez before Friday. After a long conversation with United, Ajax are now willing to cooperate with the transfer, but do still want 50 million euros. Now, we know what the bid already has been for Manchester United. It's like 41 plus 4, so around about 45 million euros. It's minor. It's minor difference. Now, I don't think this is going to come back to haunt me. I really don't. But I had an absolute massive confidence, and I still do, that there's just when the two offers are there together, we're going to match whatever financial offer Arsenal bid. Simple as that. And when those two offers are on the table, it's a no-brainer. Martinez chooses to rejoin Erik ten Hag, and he will come to Manchester United. And you're down there saying you've got a feeling he'll join. I do not think that whatsoever. I'm sorry, but I do not. And again, you might call that naive optimism. Fine, fair enough. What? London? Because he wants to live in London instead of Manchester? really, if you're choosing a football club because of the city that they happen to be based in, then you're probably joining for the wrong reasons, my friend. You can have your own sort of positive, your feelings towards it. I don't think there's any goddamn chance he chooses Arsenal ahead of United, and therefore, I think this will be done by the end of the week, right? Just what my gut instinct is saying. I might be wrong. I may well be wrong. And I'll tell you what, there's going to be some clips and some videos out of me come the start of the season if I am wrong at the way things are going. But I just do not see for the life of me how he chooses and why he chooses Arsenal ahead of United. It's just, I don't, there's no logical reason whatsoever. Nick, I was very positive and had a lot of confidence in the Arnold Murto at the start, but it really feels the club still hasn't hit rock bottom yet. It's not this. I'm not going to go that far. I don't feel like I'm going to go that far. It's just, as I said, this has just been such a massive curveball, a huge bat to the face to Erik ten Hag, to John Murto, to Richard Arnold. 6 days before we fly out to begin the pre-season tour. It is the last thing that we needed, because we do not have any money to sign a Ronaldo replacement. We don't have the budget for that this summer. In the same way that, I don't know, opposite kind of, but in the same way that Dortmund weren't going to sell Jude Bellingham this summer, but they'll sell him next summer, Manchester United had no intention of selling Ronaldo this summer, but every intention of replacing him next summer. And Vicky, and this is the question, that Ronaldo situation now affects everything else. That's why you have to talk about it for 20 minutes at the start of the show. The ripple effects of that Ronaldo story affect every other thing that United are doing. It affects our pursuit of Lisandro Martinez. And again, if you want to come back to being frustrated about Manchester United this summer, this sort of thing is a reason why we do have that frustration. Because Manchester United should have the De Jong deal already wrapped up in the bag. Ideally, Martinez too, but the negotiations are ongoing there. It's not been going on for too long, Martinez. Let's not get too frustrated. But then we'd probably be better equipped to deal with the Ronaldo situation. But because Ronaldo is another spinning plate alongside 3, 4, 5, 6 other spinning plates, it's just, it becomes all of a sudden difficult. I don't know how anybody can... A smoke screen for what? What are you smoke screening? I have no idea. But yeah, geez. Martinez, right, according to Mike Vervage from The Telegraph, who I consider the strongest source of news, Man United want this deal wrapped up by Friday. Man United are going to go in aggressively for Martinez. As I've said in the comments, I'm going to disagree with anybody who doesn't have the confidence that Manchester United will do this ahead of Arsenal. There's no reason he chooses Arsenal. None whatsoever ahead of Manchester United because of Erik ten Hag. Because ten Hag's our boss. He was the man who brought him into Ajax, the man who helped him become that player that he is today. I just do not see why he chooses. Well, that is fucking definitely down to an opinion. Arsenal are still very, very much Arsenal. You saw that at the end of the season when they somehow managed to lose the top 4. Interesting. But look, moving on from that, and it's a story that's dominated this summer, and I'm sorry, but there is no conclusion to it just yet. Fabrizio Romano on the De Jong situation, this is the latest, and I will bring you a little update from Spain as well. Manchester United and Barcelona have agreed on that €65 million fee. Now, that was about 10 days ago, or something like that. But still discussing the €20 million add-ons. Personal terms not discussed yet. Frenkie's priority has always been stay at Barcelona. We've known that since day one. Salary reduction is a very unlikely option on Frenkie's side, and that is the main story here. And honestly, this story blows my mind. It blows my mind what Barcelona are trying to do. Frenkie de Jong will have to drastically decrease his salary if he wants to stay at Barcelona. Honestly, I can't get my head around this. What is going on? Frenkie de Jong, right? He clearly loves Barcelona. He loves playing for the club. He probably loves living in... Who doesn't love Barcelona, by the way? Absolutely unreal city. Love Barcelona. And clearly so does Frenkie de Jong. Happy to stay there. But is he really going to still be happy to stay there? Barcelona are playing some mad political game here and using Frenkie de Jong as the pawn. They are trying to twist the narrative and turn it so the spotlight goes on towards Frenkie de Jong instead of onto themselves. Barcelona as a football club have run themselves into the ground because they made horrendous decision after horrendous decision. And now instead of selling de Jong, simply cashing in, saying they made a mistake, they're like, no, they don't want to. They want everything. They want everything, and they don't want to look bad about it. It's what they're trying to do to de Jong is ridiculously unfair. And de Jong, man, you still want to play for this club. You still love Barcelona. It's like Stockholm syndrome. It will be after this anyway. Stockholm syndrome, if you don't know what it is, it's the concept that if you're held captive by someone long enough, you end up having affectionate feelings towards that person. That's called Stockholm syndrome. That's what it would be like if Frenkie de Jong still goes, yeah, I love Barcelona. They are doing everything they can possibly do to deflect bad attention away from themselves. And it's now going to be a case where if de Jong does leave, Barcelona will say, well, we did everything we possibly could. We even asked him to reduce his salary. It was Frenkie who chose to walk away from Barcelona. He's the bad person. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane. And Frenkie, man, at some point, you've got to sort of have respect for yourself, genuinely. Because Barcelona are playing an absolutely horrific game. And it's not, and I can't disagree with that anymore. We're not here begging Frenkie de Jong to join us. Barcelona are the ones doing the begging. Man United, look, we've given it 65 million euros, agreed fee, done, 20 million, we'd agree on that. But Barcelona are doing everything. They're not begging, that's the wrong way to describe it. But this is not Man United looking embarrassing here. Right? De Jong clearly is Ten Hag's number one priority. So far up that priority list that there isn't a number two that comes anywhere near. And that's why Man United will not walk away from the de Jong deal. But Barcelona are just not accepting it. Not accepting how shit they are as a football club in terms of how they are run. And they are just not accepting anything. And therefore, the only thing they could accept is this situation now. Where they're trying to make Frenkie de Jong reduce his wages. But Frenkie, man, just say no. Hell no. You signed a contract with them, man. Legally binding contract. I'm fine on my wages here. What? So Barcelona are effectively saying, look, Frenkie, we love you. You're a great midfielder. Honestly, you really are. You really are like one of the most important players ever for us. But unless you, like, I don't know, take like a 50% wage cut, we're going to sell you. That's how much we love you. And what we're going to do with your salary is just give it to other footballers. Huh? How does that sound? How does that sound? You love your job that much? Give us half the money that we pay you and we'll give it to somebody else. How will that make you feel? Come on. Come on, people. Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. What is going on with this de Jong situation? And so many of you might want to laugh and point the finger at Manchester United here. But we are backing our manager. Not with the exact money that made it easier, but we are backing our manager with the decision that he has made to make Frenkie de Jong our number one priority. Number one, done. And we are sticking with it, and we are not walking away from it. But Barcelona will not accept it. Barcelona are a political party. What you're witnessing here is politics, is the mess and the circus of politics. Is why we all hate it, because what they say and what they do are two very different things. Laporta there at the weekend saying that we're not interested in selling Frenkie de Jong. We're happy with him. He's here. And then at the same time, he's asking de Jong to take a massive salary cut. It's called saving face. It's called controlling the narrative. It's bullshit. And I tell you what, Frenkie must be fuming at this point, man. Fuming, honestly. If he's got any self-respect for himself, which I'm sure he does, they're just using him now. Yeah, we love you, man. We love you. But just give us half your salary back so we can give it to other footballers, because we kind of bollocks the books up. Woo-hoo. Sorry, guys. We love you, though. Honestly, you're so good. We love you, but we might sell you. But we love you. It's weird. It's really, really odd and weird, man. As I said, if you really want to use this as to throw back at United, fair enough, but you're looking in the wrong direction here. Man United somehow managed to get themselves involved in these transfer situations, yes, but this is firmly on Barcelona at the moment. It really is. You can talk about, had we offered more up front, it probably would have been an easier conversation. Yeah, it might have been. But that's negotiating. And we negotiated that 65 million up front, and we're still negotiating the 20 million. That's where you're allowed to get, I think, frustrated and annoyed with United, is the financial sense. But the whole mess of this transfer falls firmly at the feet of Barcelona, not Manchester United. Dybala rumours, they can get in the bin. Estevo, I respect Ronaldo's decision. Honestly, I do, but I'm disappointed the way he's going about it. He knew full well we weren't in the Champions League in the last season. He said he wanted to stay. It was my reaction as well that I said that. Estevo said, look, I've got no bitterness towards Ronaldo asking to leave. It's sort of like semi what I expected when we didn't get into the Champions League. But now it's poor. Jonathan, you're saying, look, you can say it's weak negotiating, or you can say it's Manchester United wanting. There is no alternative for Frenkie de Jong. None. De nada. That's why I didn't do a video on it. That is why Manchester United will not walk away from this situation. And that, as I said, that part there you can put at the feet of Manchester United if you want. Isn't it crazy how no other teams come in for Frenkie de Jong? Given how good he is, and given that he's obviously available this summer for the right price, really surprised that no one else has gone in for him. Really, really. I don't think it will break down. I really don't. But Barca, as I said, it's a horrible political move that they are using, and they're trying to put a stain on Frenkie de Jong to detract from their own failures as a football club. That's what they're doing at the moment. And I'll tell you what, it will probably work, because there will be Barcelona fans that then are out there talking about how de Jong, he doesn't love the club. He won't take a pay cut. Yeah, let's get rid of him. And they'll feel better for it. And it won't be about how badly run the football club is. We can keep pretending Arsenal are worse than us, but they are signing players from City, and we can't get players from Ajax, Benfica and Barca to join us. I don't care about Arsenal. I haven't cared about Arsenal for a long goddamn time. And I'll tell you what, the day where I really start looking at Arsenal with any sort of, nah man, Arsenal will just be Arsenal. Gabriel Jesus might be a great signing. May also be just about the most Arsenal signing that has ever existed. I don't give a shit what they do. And neither should you. United need to focus on ourselves. I don't care what other clubs are doing. It might heighten your frustration, and it does. It heightens your emotions. Because, that's going on over there. What about mine? Oh, nothing's happening here. And therefore, God damn it. God damn it, United. All of our club has been a mess. Been a mess. All good saying that there's no alternative to Jong, but look at the alternatives we're looking at. No one. Tell me there is no. Telling me there is no player better than no one out there. No, but Ten Hag doesn't want anybody. We go and sign somebody else. All of you will be in the comments. Look at Man United taking the second best option. He was never right for United, and then you'll find reasons to be pissed off with that as well. It's amazing. That's what That's what football fans do. It's incredible. As I said, we should be sitting here with a nice big smile on our faces. Tyrell Malacia, he's going to be joining Manchester United today. Oh, good. Press the wrong button there. He's going to be joining Manchester United today. He's there at Carrington. He's going to complete the second part of his signing. He's going to complete the second part of his medical. And he's going to be official today. We're probably going to see Tyrell Malacia. We're going to get that. Lovely. That's a signing that I can get excited about. 22-year-old, clearly going to progress as a footballer. That is a signing as part of a long-term vision. And my God, we haven't been able to say that about many signings. Swap Ronaldo for Anthony. I mean, that's just not happening. We don't have the money for that. And that's the big clincher. Getting rid of Ronaldo this summer is it's not going to end Manchester United as a football club. We will move on from it quite easily if we had the money to invest properly to replace him. It's almost like the same fucking problem exists. When we sold Ronaldo back in 2009, we did not adequately invest inside our squad, and Rooney questioned the ambition. If we were to sell Ronaldo this summer, we would not adequately replace Ronaldo. It could be the second time that Ronaldo leaves and the second time that we do not adequately replace him. We didn't have the money to go after Darwin Núñez, given what else we needed to do this summer. We've all heard that our budget's somewhere in the region of 100 to 150 million. We've got Tyrell Malacia there for 17 million euros. That's an absolute cut price deal. Great. But then De Jong, if or where that's done, that's going to take between 60 and 80 million. Obviously, not in the single books, but overall. Then we need Lisandro Martinez. Somewhere between 45 and 50 million euros is likely to be the price. Then what about that right-sided attacker? Then what about a striker? Then what about a right-back? So many goddamn things to do this summer, and it's just the last thing we needed. The last thing we needed was for that Ronaldo story to come out, man. It's just, as I said, it's the same reason why I was so happy that Paul Pogba left. Finally, Paul Pogba has gone from Manchester United. No more sideshows. No more circus stories. Happy days. And now Ronaldo's taken front. He's taken to the stage. Taken to the stage. De Jong's agent is in Manchester today, but De Jong's agent is also Tyrell Malacia's agent. And also, I thought that he was changing his agent. I thought the agent was an issue. Well, it was for like 12 hours before it was sorted straight away. History repeats itself. I mean, we all know that. It's almost like we've been all... It's almost like we've been protesting against the Glazers since 2005 and in 2010 with the green and gold, and in 2021 after the European Super League collapse, and in 2022, and we'll continue into 2023. It's almost like they've always been the problem, and that's what a lot of people have been saying. Tons of United fans have been saying the whole goddamn time. Baz saying, Voetbal International reporting the Bergwijn is done deal from Spurs to Ajax, so Anthony, so take Anthony for 80 million. Anthony's not worth 80 million. We're not going to be... yes, it is clickbait and it's very easy to use United's name, but ultimately, United are the circus. It is. This summer, very clinical so far from Liverpool. Very clinical so far from Liverpool. Even Spurs, not too much in terms of circus. I haven't been involved in a day-to-day of Spurs, so maybe there has been more. They made plenty of signings, and they're going to be making more as well. Arsenal seem to be quietly doing things too. 2 major signings in Jesus and Fabio Vieira. I think they'll lose out on Lisandro Martinez. Obviously, they missed out on Rafinha. They've got their own little circuses. But it's just... I'm bored of it. I'm bored of this. I'm bored of this sort of bollocks at United. I really am. I'm going to try and answer as many conversations as possible. Comments as possible, because I know that a lot of you are frustrated. As I try and always find the positive angle. I'm not here doom and gloom this morning, but Ten Hag always had a difficult job on his hands this summer. This summer is the transitional summer for him. He's coming into a club that doesn't have a scouting department, doesn't have anybody inside that club that he can trust to bring in the players that he wants. Therefore, Ten Hag's taken that upon himself, and he's leading with his own targets, and that's why Man United aren't really looking elsewhere apart from De Jong. Maybe if we had a proper deep scouting network, we would have identified an alternative to De Jong who might have 60 to 65% of his characteristics, and the rest can be coached into him by Ten Hag. But we do not have that. And that's why De Jong the only one. And now for Ten Hag to have this curveball was just an unnecessary curveball, man. It really is the last thing that Erik Ten Hag needed a few days before he flies out. So today should have been all about so many of those senior players returning to the club from international duty. There's going to be so many. The training pictures are come out this week. So many more senior players now, and all of them are going to be there whispering about Cristiano Ronaldo. You seen the stories about Ronnie? What's going on? Drop him a message. See what he says. Murmurs, whispers, conversations, bollocks. It's not what we needed in any way, shape or form. Matt, you're saying let Ronaldo go so Erik Ten Hag can coach some youngster to be a 70 million striker. It's what he does. Don't need Ronaldo or Frenkie de Jong. We have a great coach. We need De Jong. I don't think we need Ronaldo. I think United will move on from Ronaldo quite easily. We really will. But that's if we replace him. And I do not trust Manchester United to replace Cristiano Ronaldo in the same way I didn't trust us to replace him back in 2009. So many players we didn't get by moving too late or not paying the extra needed. Or Grealish for 100 million. What, you upset that we didn't pay 100 million for Grealish? Because I'm not. Let's go down here. What else are you saying? Ronnie is playing poker with the Glazers. Let's see if they panic and bite. It shouldn't take a... That shouldn't be... This shouldn't force any hand. It's the 4th of July, people. The hand should already be moved. The hand should already be there. I've always maintained that we'll all be happy at the end of this transfer window. My word, we better have a good... This better get better. Seriously. From where we were on Friday and that feeling I had, it felt really nice to... Honestly, I was going, United are moving, man. Like, everything's starting to head in the right direction, and it's just like we've hit some huge ass speed bump. The wheels have come off again, and now we're trying to put them back on. It's all because of this Ronaldo situation. Deta, you're saying more problems. City get Calvin Phillips and Haaland. Guys, forget City exist. Forget Liverpool exist. They are not on our level right now. You can look at them with jealous eyes if you want, but to try and get pissed off at what they're doing, you're wasting your time. We're just nowhere near them. We really aren't. Joseph, we might not have a scouting department, but we had Ralph Rangnick. He knows a few players across the world that we could use. I guarantee you, if we had listened to Ralph Rangnick, yeah, it would be a lot better. But we didn't. We haven't. We've completely ignored him. And we've taken it upon ourselves. And now it's starting to blow up in our faces. Rohan, sorry. Let's have faith and trust Ten Hag and his staff. The last thing we need is freaking out and going for panic buying. Our club needs positive vibes from us. Let's give them the community and trust the process. Look, I agree with you. I'm not going to blindly just say trust the process, because we can see full well there that it's poor. It's really poor for Manchester United to be in the situation we are in now, with so many spinning plates. This Martinez one, it's one that I've got confidence in, right? Maybe it's misplaced. I'll find that out at the end of the week. I hope it's not misplaced. I don't think it's misplaced. I think Lisandro Martinez, it looks quite straightforward. Because Arsenal are there, it forces United's hand, and we maybe need that little bit of a nudge. I think Martinez, I think that's going to be done. I think he will probably become the second signing for Manchester United. It's De Jong situation. I've got no idea. Myself, you sent a super chat in, buddy, but you didn't leave a comment. So fire another one in, or just fire a normal comment in. I'll try and read it out for you. Lots of you mentioning Tom Brady and the Buccaneers and how Ronaldo was supposed to be that. But you don't drop a crown jewel into a brass crown. It's Man United were just rusty around the edges. There's a big hole in the middle. It's just, yeah, we weren't prepared to take advantage of having Ronaldo back. Ronaldo at City last season, it wouldn't have been a title race. It would have been a title demolition. Because City and that Ronaldo team would have just hung around in a box. Just been banging in goals left, right and centre. At United, he was left back at sometimes. He was running everywhere. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. I'm going to try and answer a few of your questions and comments, as I always do. Look, if you are new to United People's TV, make sure you please drop a like on the video. It really does help us. And join the community. Become a subscriber if you'd like to become a member as well. Big shout out to anybody on Facebook, by the way, who's sending in stars and supporting the channel. Anything you send in there, trust me, it's all going to get invested back into making the channel and the community bigger and better, as I've always said the whole way through. Emma, you're saying, look, I don't get how you'll rate Rangnick so highly. There's a reason he could come to us so quick. Honestly, like, I can't be asked. No offense, Emma. I'm not saying it's just you. I can't be asked to explain to people anymore why Ralph Rangnick was a good thing, why he should have been listened to more, and why we made a mistake dismissing him out of hand. But ultimately, Ten Hag didn't trust him, didn't want to speak to him, so he's gone his own path. You're saying Belotti is a better option to replace Ronaldo. hey, I identify Belotti as, if you're looking at free agents, why not? That's kind of why I looked at Belotti. There will be a new podcast getting recorded tonight. Supposed to be recording with Steve McLaren's son, but now this Ronaldo story's taken over. I don't know what we're going to be doing. But there will be a podcast going out tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Right? Anthony's saying that it's disappointing Ronaldo's not turned up to training. He's now treating us like Juve. As I said, if it was any other player in this sort of, if it was any other player that on Saturday night at Manchester United we heard that they wanted to leave the club and they didn't turn up on Monday, everybody would be losing their shit. If Harry Maguire did it, for example, on Saturday night we hear that Harry Maguire wants to leave Manchester United and on Monday he doesn't turn up to training because of family reasons, everybody would be going absolutely mad. So let's not try and deflect from that and try and give Ronaldo any more leeway. I hope that it's not I hope that it isn't a serious reason, that he says family reasons. I hope it's not there whatsoever. That's what I mean. Making assumptions in life, people, is dangerous. So let's not jump to that conclusion there straight away. But it does not look good, right? And for a lot of people, it will feel like my dog ate my homework, quite that sort of excuse. As I said, don't try and make any assumptions because assumptions are really, really dangerous. James, I'm guessing, are you English? Is your name James English and you're English? Let me know where you're watching from, buddy. Nice to have you on board. And Dave, you're saying, look, hopefully we start to get to grips with transfers this week. I don't know, like every single week we hope. But this week does feel make or break for United. And I'm sure it's very easy to say that every single week. But this week, because of the Ronaldo story, we need to get that sorted now before we head out on Friday. This has to be resolved by Friday, either positively or negatively. Either we know by Friday that Ronaldo is leaving and we're full steam ahead on getting him replaced, or he speaks with Ten Hag and he gets it sorted and we realise that Ronaldo's going to be here for one more season. And hopefully, if he does do that, he comes out and speaks about it. Because if Ronaldo did that, and it really is all about ambition, then Ronaldo would give such fuel and fire to the fight against the Glazers by doing that interview that I pray that he does that. If it is all about ambition, I would love nothing more than for Ronaldo to come out and do an interview. Because that would be an amazing thing for the fight against the Glazers. That really would be. Nobody mentioned that we have... it's pre-season, who cares? Who cares? The only thing I want to see in that pre-season is the beginnings of the system. I want to see the shape that we're playing in. I want to see who's playing where. I want to see fitness. I don't really care what happens against Liverpool. Let's see. What are you all saying down here? Right. Let me read a few of your comments out here. I'm trying to, but a lot of these comments are just people going absolutely mad. Robert, you're saying, honestly, I feel going forward will be a better team when Ronnie goes. I feel it will help the team's shape. We know that. And everybody, I think everyone agrees on that. We know that as a team and collective, we'll probably be in a better situation going forward when Ronaldo does leave. But that relies on us replacing him with a profiled striker that fits the system. And now, because of this situation arising when it has arisen, the likely situation that Manchester United would have to do is that if he does leave this summer, we're just going to have to get someone in. And that player might not fit the profile. And it might be another short-term stopgap. In the same way it was before Ronaldo came in, it might be the same thing when Ronaldo leaves. Until then next summer when we go out and we sign a proper replacement. I don't like it, man. Jonah, that could absolutely happen. Back when Tadic played in that Ajax team in 2018-19, he operated more as a false nine. You could see that. Maybe Bruno Fernandes playing up there. Maybe then Sancho on the left. I don't know. Elanga on the right. Or if we do sign Anthony, which I don't think we will, that could happen. Possibly. And you could say promote from within, but Charlie McNeil is 18. He hasn't even played for the under-23s yet. Charlie McNeil, expecting him to come and replace Ronaldo. Jeez, what sort of pressure is that for an 18-year-old? Jovic with Frankfurt for me. Imagine that. Guy who went to Real Madrid and then disappeared off the face of the earth. I'm going to do a video on 5 potential options that we could look at. Because we have to now. You have to. You can't ignore the other. We can't just sit here and go, no, Ronaldo's not going to leave. Ronaldo's not going to... What do you mean Ronaldo's leaving? And then we don't know who we're looking at. So that's why I'm going to be doing that video at lunchtime today. But it's just, this is... I don't know, man. It's not what I wanted. It's not what we needed as a football club, right? On Friday, we had such positivity. I had a big smile on my face. Saturday, doing that video about Martinez and Arsenal and United, I felt like a real confidence. And I stand by that. I'm sure Arsenal fans can't wait for them to join, because then there's so many things that I've said and done that will be used against me. But I don't care. I just don't see how he chooses Arsenal ahead of United. And if he does, that's a real indictment of bad things. But look, I'm going to wrap that one up for today. It wasn't one I was particularly looking forward to, because, as I said, this Ronaldo story is just a bit of a circus that we didn't need. But Erik ten Hag was always going to have a tough time at the beginning of Manchester United. This just makes it that much tougher. And as lots of you say down in the comments, the timing's bad. The timing's really bad. The timing is probably the worst thing about it. And lots of you are saying, oh, Sam, he was just waiting to see if the club made any signings. Yeah, maybe. Maybe not. Again, you're making an assumption there. And I try and avoid making assumptions here on United People's TV. I'm going to wrap this up for today. Martinez by Friday, that's the big transfer story, right? De Jong, he's got to have some self-respect at some point, because Barcelona are playing him and using him as the effigy that the fans are going to hit instead of the club. They're using him as a protective shield when it's their fault what's going on right now. I'll be here at lunchtime today. I'll be here tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. sharp, as I always am. Make sure you subscribe to United People's TV. And I'll see you soon, but there's never a dull moment with United, is there? Why can't we just I don't know, be normal?